Okay, another quick one. I am actually going to um touch on something that I've just recently started researching, so I don't know a whole lot about it. But from what I can um surmise, I would say, is the fact that it's similar to pretty privilege. So it's something called looks maxing and something else maxing and lookism or something like that. And I was watching a video about somebody going into it talking about it. And to me, it just seems like it's just pretty privileged. I'm sorry, pretty privileged, but it's kind of like if somebody were to sit and brainstorm about pretty privilege to the extent that you start thinking about a whole lots of different other ways that we look at pretty privilege, as it affects people who aren't pretty and other sorts of things. Um, and other people have videos explaining it, but to me, that's what it seems like. It seems like we're just sitting around. We have it so good. We have a society that's built around us that is so is so affluent of our most basic needs that we can just sit and think about pretty privilege and just think about it to the point where we just create like about 500 other words for it, and we create definitions, and then we create new 500 words for each of those 500 words. It just starts to, you know, get to a point where we just flesh things out. We have so much time. We have so much time to think, especially the younger generation. You have so much time. You have so much privilege. We need like a war or something for us to put things into perspective. Um, and I'm sorry to say that because war is hell. It's not something that anyone in the great US of A has experienced unless you are on the fringes or you're like an abused person, survivor, or any of the exceptions that the majority of people have not experienced. But for the majority of us, we have not been in any wars. Um, Recently, we walk around with a Starbucks in one hand, talk about how oppressed we are in the other for the minorities, and everybody else. Uh, I won't go into my views on that, but you can look at my other videos. But in any case, um, for the society in general, you can go to pick up food and you don't have to worry about pretty much anything. You go, you get your food, you get your water, you have places to go, get your clothes, blah blah blah. It's the society is set up pretty easily so that you can have access to a lot of things that you need for your basic needs. So the fact that we're sitting up here thinking about these things to this degree, on it's like, really, really. And for the people that I guess care about this, because I didn't hear about it until recently, they must be young. They must be with the younger generation. I don't know anybody in my generation that would know about it or care, because at this point we have kids, we have families. We're getting up there in age. We're not young anymore. So you, and getting back to that, my statement of we need a war. We just need to put things in perspective, things that actually matter. Like we're taking for granted a lot of things. You have water, you have food, you have roof over your head, you have access to medicines. We take for granted so much that our biggest problems, or, and I talk about this in my other videos related to trans, but like those problems and the fact that we're pondering how people are looked at in society to and they just get stuff that we don't get, or the unfairness of it all, and it's just like kind of sad, actually. It's kind of really sad. I just feel like our whole society needs to be, we need to kind of go back to the medieval time. We need to go back in time to where we had wars and stuff, and people fought with swords and shields and things. We need something, because we have it too good that we just now the playing field is mental. It's all online and it's all mental. It's all in our heads. We have it so good that our problems are mentally, like we have mental illness is an issue. It's the hugest issue in our society. Like basic needs met, checkbox done. There is no problem really. That's why we need something to put it all in perspective. I don't know what it is, but we need something. That's it.